Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Olivia here with Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video I cannot wait to share with you a super cute DIY Dollar Tree photo organization idea. So I love pictures of my family. I do feel like it's gotten a little cluttered on the front of my refrigerator, and so I'm going to push myself to declutter some of these family photos or just reorganize them and make them really cute. So I cannot wait to share this with you guys. If you guys have any tips and tricks about how to keep photos under control, let me know. I've definitely been going through the Marie Kondo phase, and so just tons of fun organizing. I do want to share some of that with you today. So without further ado, you guys, let's jump into this cute DIY photo organization system for my refrigerator.
Okay, you guys, here is the before of my fridge. I definitely have a lot of pictures and a lot of notes, so many that things just get lost. And then here is going to be the after. We are going to transform this baby into something really peaceful and wonderful with some DIYs and just a little bit of elbow grease. So I'm going to remove all of the photos from my fridge. This took just a bit of time because I had everything stuck up with a bunch of tape. I also did clean my fridge too with some stainless steel cleaner, so that way everything was nice and tidy before I began to add back any of my stuff. So I'm also using a bucket of white paint. I'm going to paint this little bulletin board white. This was a bulletin board DIY that I did years ago, and so I just thought for a fresh, clean, crisp feeling, why not give this bulletin board a coat of white paint? I've actually never painted a bulletin board, but it went just fine. I just used some regular latex indoor paint and gave it 2 coats actually to get this process done. So here is a method to my madness with a little bit of Marie Kondo flair. I laid everything out on my table, and then I selected a couple of photo frames. These are Dollar Tree photo frames. So this is going to be the first Dollar Tree DIY. I just want to take these and paint them to make them matching. I had painted them over Christmas and then never used them, and so they just were kind of hanging out in my craft stash. And so I thought this was the perfect thing to use for that little side area on my bulletin board. I wasn't totally for sure how it was going to work, but I definitely knew that I wanted it all to be a fresh, nice, and crisp white. Again, I used 2 coats on this project. So for the next DIY, I knew I wanted to create a really cute way to display my inexpensive Dollar Tree calendar. So I just took one of these frames that I had laying around and I painted the outside of the frame white. This actually took 3 coats. And then I took the Dollar Tree calendar. I wasn't really crazy about the images on it, so I just wanted to cut out the actual calendar part. So I'm cutting in and around the entire thing to make it as small as possible because I wanted have room to frame it out with either some fabric, and I actually ended up choosing this really cute wrapping paper that I had left over from a photo shoot from last May. I held on to it. I'm actually really happy that I did. And so once I had it cut out, I kind of centered it to see about how much paper I would need. And then I just took my roll of wrapping paper and I laid it out with a cardboard, and then I traced around it to get the exact size that I needed for this project. Once I had my piece of paper cut to size, I unrolled it and then just kind of lined it up with the edges. And then I took some hot glue. You could also probably use some Mod Podge, but I just wanted to use a tiny layer of hot glue around the edges because I knew that the frame would cover it up. So I'm just very carefully gluing the paper down in and around the edges of the backing of this frame. Once I had the paper hot glued to the backing of the frame, I just added the glass back in and then took the paper with the backing and replaced it into the frame. I'm just pushing the tabs back down, and I left the little hanger at the top because I knew I wanted to hang it from my bulletin board. Now I'm adding some clothespins to the front of the glass part of the picture frame. My idea with this is to be able to remove the calendar days really easily. Originally I thought, oh, I'll frame the calendar and then I'll just take it out of the frame once the new month rolls around, but I know I'm going to get busy and February is going to roll into March and I'm not going to have it done. So I also think I'm going to go back in and just put a couple of the next months into this little frame. That way all I have to do is pull off that month of February. So here it is. I think it came out super adorable. Now we're going to make this adorable thankful sign, and I'm using the Dollar Tree love sign. I'm just going to remove the little heart, the steel heart, and then I'm going to paint it. And I did use 3 coats of paint on this. I did not want the love part to show through, so I'm painting it really well. And then in between my paint projects, I tried to paint everything at the same time, and then in between the paint projects, I worked on decluttering some of my cabinets, you guys. Oh my goodness, I have such a little mess going on in different areas of my home, mainly because of all my DIYs, but that's for another story. So after I had the 3 coats of paint dried, I just went ahead and went in and began to hot glue some clothespins onto the front of the sign. Once I got done hot gluing the clothespins on, I hot glued the heart back on. I just couldn't resist. It was so adorable and I didn't want it to go to waste. And then I'm just using one of those Dollar Tree thankful signs that I had picked up over the fall season, and I'm just gluing that to the top as well. I think this came out so adorable. Shabby chic farmhouse, perfect to help me stay decluttered. Hopefully, cross my fingers. Now I'm adding in the photos of my family. I did kind of plan this out as well before I hot glued my clothespins on, so I kind of used the photos to plan it out, but I think this is going to be so perfect, and again, hopefully I will stay decluttered on the front of my fridge. To hang my sign on the front of my refrigerator, I'm just using some double-sided sticky tape.
Okay guys, so here is my little picture DIY that I made out of a Dollar Tree sign, and I am loving it.
So here is the front of my fridge, completely decluttered, downsized many of my photos. Still going to work on some more way to display photos in another DIY. And then here is the side of my fridge with those Dollar Tree little frames. I just hung them with little push pins, as well as this darling calendar. I am so in love with how clean this looks. I really loved having all of those photos, but to be honest with you, it was so busy that I wasn't even really able to look at all of the photos. Does that make sense? I don't know. Comment and let me know, you guys, if you just get overwhelmed with clutter and then just don't really have a way to get past it. So here's a little peek at my shabby chic kitchen and some of those DIYs that we did from the Valentine's Day season. I really hope you guys are loving it. I am hooked on the Marie Kondo decluttering idea. It's such a fun thing too to do during the wintertime when you can't get outside. And so I've really been just trying to tackle small areas. Like today, I really wanted to do all of my kitchen, but instead I just chose something small, which was my refrigerator. I felt like it was manageable for me. You guys comment and let me know. Are you going through this decluttering process? And if so, how do you get jump started on it? Here's a quick tip for you guys too on the Dollar Tree sign. Depending upon how large your refrigerator is, you may need to trim part of the sign off. I did have to trim a couple of inches off. I just used a craft knife and just cut it, kind of scored it. And here was the before of my fridge and here is the after. But anyway, make sure it fits on your fridge and also test it out by opening the door. Because I did have the other stuff on this other side of my fridge, I really needed to make sure that it fit. So I hope you guys are really enjoying my shabby chic kitchen and this cute little project. Wow, I cannot believe how great it feels to begin to get some of these areas under control and just decluttered. I can't stop looking at the front of my fridge now. And even though I do miss some of those photos, I didn't throw any of them away, by the way, because I am coming up with some more DIY photo ideas on how to continue to display my love for my family photos. So here's a little decluttering motivation for you guys. I had a bunch of fancy glasses left over from the Christmas season that I didn't need. Mr. Romantic so kindly volunteered to help me pull them off, and then a gingerbread house that had fallen apart, and I just really needed to declutter this shelf. I have a tendency just to continue to shove things up there, and then I don't even know what was up there. And so I discovered some new treasures. I rehomed some old treasures, and then I also started a donation box for some of those extra glasses that I honestly just don't need. I'm not going to use them, and so I just need to give them to someone who can enjoy them and use them. And I did keep this cute little cookie jar, and Mr. Romantic said no to me decluttering some of his stuff. So here is how everything is looking. That top shelf all decluttered and organized. My kitchen is clean, but my cabinets on the inside of them definitely need some work. Again, so I don't get overwhelmed, I'm just trying to go with small spaces at a time, and this still took me pretty much all day, mainly because I was filming, but yeah.
Okay, you guys, so I decluttered my entire fridge. I made this really cute little sign with some Dollar Tree supplies that I had already on hand. Gotta love that. I've really been trying to push myself to declutter my craft space and use what I have for my DIYs. It's so easy to go out there and just spend money, and then really not get to all the craft supplies that I bought for every season. So I hope you guys are inspired. I hope you're loving it. I feel really good about this space. And thank you guys so much. It is such an honor and a blessing to have you here. If you guys are new, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of my YouTube family. I do a ton of DIYs. I love everything about heart, family, and home. Thank you guys so much, and we will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.